I know that we just went over hand under hand. I want to go over that one more time. I want to make sure you truly get it before we go into positive physical approach. And so I'm going to ask Marie if she'll come up just one more time, and I just thank you. Thank you, Marie, for helping. Let's give Marie a big hand. Doesn't she do a good job? Now, I'm going to put my hand out, and it's just like you're going to do your handshake, and I'm going to put my hand under hers and her hand on top. You're going to make kind of like a butterfly. So you guys do it with me. I just want to make sure that we're clear about this. Okay? Okay, now she's going to, that's right, that's perfect. Just like you did just a moment ago. You just did perfect. Her hand's on top. She is the person living with dementia. My hand's on bottom. I'm here to support her. I'm going to stand to the side and put my hand on her shoulder. Now that's hand under hand, and I want you to make sure you have a clear understanding of that before we do the positive physical approach. So Marie, if you'll just sit down. Well, no, Marie, I might need you. No, sit down. So I know we went over the visual field. I want you to have a clear understanding of the visual field. Now, as a 20-year-old, they can see their hands out. They can see the fingers moving. As we age, which is normal aging, that visual field closes in. So it's about like this. That's normal aging. When you get about 75, that's about how your visual field. When you're a person living with dementia, that visual field closes in to about 12, 18 inches. This is something imperative for you to know when you're caring for a person living with dementia, Alzheimer's, which is a condition of dementia. So it's just like this. It's like scuba vision. They're seeing scuba vision. So I want you to put your hands up to your face like you've got a scuba mask on. Like you've got a scuba mask on. Well, that's okay. That's okay. You can just make sure we're doing it right. You check us out. So when you put your hands up, this is how a person, as the disease progresses, this is their visual field. They can't see. Remember that it closes in. This is what they're seeing. So if you're looking like this, and this is their visual field, if I go up to Marie, and she's a person living with Alzheimer's, and I go up to her, put your scuba vision on, and I go up to her, I am in her space. This is confrontational to her. I'm not giving her time to see what's coming. So what I want you to do, I want you to turn to your partner. One of you is living with Alzheimer's, and one of you is the caregiver. The person living with Alzheimer's, I want you to put your scuba vision on. And Marie, if you'll come up, this is what I want you to do. Put your scuba vision on. And I want you to just kind of poke your finger. Poke your finger. Poke your finger. That doesn't feel very good, does it? No. You try it. You try it. Put your scuba vision on. And look at Miss Lily. And Miss Lily, poke your finger at her. So what do you think's going to happen? Someone's going to knock the shit out of you. That's what's going to happen. Because put your scuba vision on. If I'm doing this to Marie, she's going to feel threatened. This is a confrontational stance right here. So Marie, I'm going to have you, and this is what I want to teach you. Positive physical approach. Now there's 3 zones. You remember I told you the 5 ways the human brain takes in data. Let's go over that. Hold your hand up. 5 ways. What you see, that's primary. What you hear, which is auditory. The 3rd thing is what you feel. And then, of course, what you smell and what you taste. We're going to concentrate on these rooms. There's 3 zones of space. 3 zones of space and awareness. So, a double arm's length, this is called public space. Public space. Then I get to this point, this is personal space. When I touch her, that's intimate space. So what am I going to do to her first? I'm going to give her a visual cue. You stay there. Marie, hey. So what am I doing? Hey.
Letting her know you're there.
Let you know I'm there.
I'm in the public space. I'm able to, she sees me. I'm going to reach out my hand. Now, she reaches out her hand, that tells me, she's like, it's okay, come on in. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to do my hand under hand, and then I'm going to step to the side and put my hand. This is called positive physical approach. So what if Marie had a bad day?
She's gonna invite you.
She's going to fight me. Now this time, don't offer your hand. What if Marie had a bad day? And I'm coming up, Marie, hey.
She didn't want to be bothered.
And I hold my hand out and she doesn't invite me into her space. Do I keep on moving into her?
No.
What's going to happen?
She's gonna knock the shit out of you.
If I keep right, if I walk up to her, she's not invited me into her space. So what I'm going to do, Marie, hey. I hold my hand out. She's not, but I'm going to stand to the side. She can still see me. I can still talk with her, but I do not have permission to touch her because she has not encouraged me. She has not given me extended me her hand to let her know it's okay. So, but if I did this, Marie, hey, and I'm walking up to her. Now listen, we're going to go take a bow. What is she going to do? It's going to be, what did I tell you? You give a visual cue, you give a verbal cue, and only then do you have permission to touch. If I go to touch her, what's going to happen? It's going to go down bad because visual, verbal, and only then can I touch. So this is the positive physical approach. So, Marie, hey, I'm going to hold my hand out. She holds her hand out. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to still smile. I'm going to grab her hand, and I'm going to step to the side. Now, she and I are ready for an interaction. I can say, let's go to the kitchen. You want to go to the kitchen? What's she going to do? She's going to come with me because I have approached her in a positive way. Now, this is another, we're going to practice this. I wanted to show you this also. If Marie, so if I extended this hand and I've got this, I'm supporting her. I'm not pulling on her. I'm able to, if I go this way, she's going to come this way. If I put my hand this way, she's going to turn this way. This is another tool to put in your caregiver's tool belt when you're dealing with a person living with dementia. Now, it's a positive physical approach. Now, what if your person is in a wheelchair? What if your person is sitting in a chair? Let's try that. I'm going to put Marie, I want to put it where you can actually see. Now, Marie, you sit right there. And let's say there's Marie, and I'm a caregiver in a facility, okay? So I'm going to approach, Marie, hey. What does she do? She sees my hand. What's that? She sees my face. She's going to see my name tag. Marie, hey. I'm going to extend my hand. I'm going to walk toward her, and I'm going to step to the side, and step to the side and get down. She doesn't feel threatened. She feels, oh, you're here to do with me, not do to me. All right, now I want us all to stand up. Miss Lily, I know you guys, it's okay. Sabina, if you guys, I want us to try this positive physical approach. You might need to allow a little space. And Miss Lily, okay, if you guys want to get over there, and what I want you to do, one of you is going to be a person living with dementia. So go ahead and decide that. Who's the caregiver? And who's the person living with dementia? Okay. Now, what I want you to do, what did I tell you was public space? Double arm length. A double arm length. This is public space. So this is where we see each other. Now, when I get to personal space, it's where we can talk. And then I'm going to move in to touch her, and that's intimate space. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you first. Marie, hey, it's Lisa. I'm going to do hand under hand, then I'm going to step to the side. Positive physical approach. So let's all try it. So you try it.
Okay.
Right.
Now you give.
And remember, you're going to step to the side,
Okay.
because if I'm in front of her, this is confrontational. This is a confrontational stance. But if I step to her side, that's a supportive stance. So let's try that, everybody. Let me see how you guys are doing it. Marie, you want to help Edna? So do you show me? And you're going to step to the side and put your, yes. So go back a double arm length. Okay, Savina, you hold a double arm length. A double arm length, that's public space. And then you're going to extend your hand for hand under hand. And you're going to walk in. That's personal space. You're going to step to her side. And that's supportive. That's wonderful. Good job. Now, Sabina, why don't you guys reverse roles? The person living with dementia, now you're the caregiver.
Okay.
Marie, you want to do it with Josie? Are you guys getting it?
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
That's right. That's right.
Good.
Hey, Josie.
Good.
How are you?
What next to do?
Are you getting it? Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think it's time to sit down. Let's go ahead and just sit down. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, it's time for us to, yeah, good job. Awesome. So that's positive physical approach. You remember I did this with Marie. Stand up again, Marie. I did this and got this hand, and I was able to support her. A lot of times, caregivers make the mistake of, let me help you. Let me help you. Now that right there, part of your arm is very tender. It's where the blood goes to your hand. It's where your nerves go to your hand. It's where those lymph nodes, your lymphs, and it can be very. I want y'all to
That's right.
do this to each other, or do it to yourself. I mean that right there, very tender. So caregivers a lot of times make the mistake of trying to help or trying to pull, and what you're doing, you're upsetting that area of your skin. So this is a skill. You've got to practice it. When I do this, I'm able to give her that support. I'm able to help her or support her. When I bend over and sit down, she's going to bend over and sit down. I'm going to be able to help her get up and not put all that pressure in pulling them. Because when you're caring for a person living with any condition of dementia, living with Alzheimer's, which is a condition of dementia, a lot of times, come on now, come on. What's she going to do?
She's gonna fight you.
She's going to pull back. She's going to hit me. That's exactly right. So positive physical approach is the best way when you're caring for a person living with dementia.
Oh, Mom, I work in California like that, but every time I get my patient, I just do like that.
So
Then walk.
also, you were going to dance with them.
No, Mom. We just walk.
Yes.
Walk.
Right. Well, let me try this with Sabina. Okay.
She wanted to try with you.
Okay.
And
So you can see how that. So you were a caregiver in California?
Yes, Mom.
Man. So you can see how beneficial this
Yes,
would
Mom,
be
it
to help you and
Yes,
to
Mom.
turn. Yes. So you would do this.
I just do like that, and then
Uh-huh.
so that I protect them, they might fall. That
Yes.
is what I'm
Well, you were a fantastic caregiver. I know you were.
That is why when I leave Mom, they are crying. Both of them are crying because if they don't want to. They don't want to sit down. I just get the neck and then let them sit down. You see, you sit down and you will eat. That's why when I look over there, they cry.
Oh, well, Sabina, maybe this,
Yes.
you had a good approach, but maybe this will be a better approach. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to go over our positive physical approach. We're going to go over and review our hand under hand. And before we do that, I want to go over those 5 ways the human brain takes them down. Okay? What you see, do this. That's primary. What we hear, that's auditory. Because when you hear something, what are you automatically going to do? Look. Number 3, what you feel. What you feel. Now, you're never going to touch a person living with Alzheimer's unless you give a visual cue, that public, hey. Unless you give that auditory, and then only then do you have permission to touch. Okay? All right, well, let's just take about a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll finish our workshop. Y'all been fantastic.